everybody to this demonstration. But before I get started with this demonstration, if I could get you to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. Let me read my disclaimer, and then y'all know how I am. I'd like to jump straight into this demonstration. We got a lot to chop it up about. Now, Beyonce is one of my favorites, and I tried my best to stay away from doing demonstrations about her. However, I've been getting a lot of requests. And they say, Shank, it's not fair that you do demonstrations on some celebrities and don't do demonstrations on your favorite celebrities. So I said, you know what? Y'all got a good point. So people have been asking me to do demonstrations on Beyonce and Jay-Z. So let's go. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. This demonstration is for entertainment and educational purposes only. None of this that I'm saying is true. It's all allegedly. So I don't want anyone to take what you hear from this demonstration and think that Shank is saying that this is all true. It's all allegedly. All right? It's nothing that you could take for face value. So once again, this demonstration, what you are about to hear, is all allegedly. Salute to the chat. Salute to the chat. Salute to all moderators. I see y'all down there. Salute. Appreciate everybody for pulling up. If you would like to support the channel, there's different ways you could support the channel. You could support the channel you could purchase a membership. You could purchase a super sticker. You could purchase a super chat. Just click on the $ symbol and it'll allow you to purchase a super sticker, super chat, and a membership to the platform. If you have a question for me to answer, if you have a particular comment that you would like for me to read, just put it in a super chat. I answer and I read all super chats. Or if you would like to support the channel with a cash donation, my cash app is $ERICMCINT. Salute to everyone. Let's jump into this. Once again, this is all allegedly. Also, drop your location. Drop what city you representing. I'm representing Baltimore by way of Charlotte. So drop your city in the chat. Let everybody know where you repping. Once again, drop your city or your state or your country in the chat and let everybody know where you representing from. All right, enough of that. Let's jump into it. Now, for many years, allegedly, people have been saying that Beyonce practices witchcraft. Drop a 1 if y'all believe that Beyonce allegedly practiced witchcraft. I believe it was a Super Bowl performance and a couple of her videos. It showed some items and it made reference to witchcraft. So drop a 1 if you've heard that. Also, when it comes to her relationships, she's been said to date this celebrity. She's been said to date that celebrity. Well, I got the scoop on some of the celebrities that she has definitely dated. Now, do that means that she dated them while she was with Jay-Z? Do that means that she cheated on Jay-Z with these celebrities? We're going to cover all of that. But first, let me give y'all a little timeline. Let's go over the timeline with between Jay-Z and Beyonce. Now, we know that Jay-Z is 12 years older than Beyonce. Yes, yes. He's 12 years older. I don't see a problem with that. But, so, okay, allegedly Beyonce was 18 when they got together or when they first met. Me personally, I don't see nothing wrong with a 30-year-old man dating an 18-year-old woman. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Because according to the law, a man and a woman is an adult at the age of 18. Now, I know some people might look at it strange and might say, but Shank, he got her by 12 years. In the defense of women, women do mature faster than us. 80s Baby says she was 14. I believe when they met. Now, we're going to get into all of that. Exactly when did the intimacy come into play? When did the sex come into play? We're going to get to all of that. But by females maturing faster than men, because when I was younger, females wanted older men. When I got older, younger females wanted to date me. And that's just, hey. So in the defense of the females do mature quicker than the men. Drop a one. Matter of fact, drop a 3. Let's change it up. Drop a 3 in the chat if you think that is something wrong with a 30-year-old man dating an 18-year-old young lady. Drop a 3 if y'all think that is something wrong with a 30-year-old man dating an 18-year-old young lady. Positive Vibe says it's a 3. She thinks there's something wrong with that. All right. Now let's just go over a little timeline of Bey and Jigga, Beyonce and Jay-Z. So it says throughout their 20+ year relationship, Beyonce and Jay-Z have seen it all. So they've been in a relationship for 20+ years. And we're also going to go over whether or not, because some of y'all have mentioned to me that the powers to be are actually the ones that's behind Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship, their marriage. Some of y'all have mentioned that they were put together. We're going to go over all of that. We're going to cover it all. But make sure y'all get my likes up, because y'all know how I am about my likes. I cannot be dropping all of these jewels. All of this is exclusive. And I can't be giving y'all this exclusive material if y'all not getting my likes up. See, and I spoke on this before. YouTube, certain content creators, YouTube, y'all already know, messes with their numbers. Well, I'm one of those content creators where my numbers get messed with. So in order to secure this demonstration in the algorithm, get the likes up. Minimum of 100 likes. If it reaches 100 likes, it reaches the YouTube algorithm. And then I won't have no problems. I won't have any problems with my demonstrations reaching the people. So now, from a secret wedding and infidelity rumors to smash collaborations and adventures. So they had a secret wedding. The fiercely private pair continued to claim the throne of music's first family. Since marrying in April 2008, Beyonce and Jay-Z have welcomed 3 children. Daughter Blue Ivy, born 2012, and twins Rumi and Sia, born in 2017. So they have 3 children together. Now, when I was at Six Flags, when me and Miss Parker was at Six Flags for my birthday last year, I was this close to Blue Ivy. I was so close to Blue Ivy that I could have reached out and said, hey, I could have took a picture, but so I was actually in the roller coaster. I was seated in the roller coaster, and Blue Ivy was in line. But I didn't want to take no pictures of her. I didn't want to, like, you know, try to, like, get her attention on that, because she's a child. At the end of the day, she's a child. And I'm sure that as the daughter of Jay-Z and Beyonce, I'm sure that she get hounded by the fans everywhere she go. But I was that close. I was that close. I mean, I seen her. Me and her made eye contact, and I was like, wow. So, in Beyonce's 2013 documentary, Life is But a Dream, Beyonce spoke about having her first child with Jay-Z and what that meant for their relationship. This baby has made me love him more than I've ever thought I could love another human being, she said. It's just that I love him so much that we almost feel like one. I don't know how to describe it. From their first collaborations, 3 Bonnie and Clyde, to their globe-trotting date nights, here's everything you need to know about Beyonce and Jay-Z's relationship. I'm not going to go over the whole timeline. I'll come back and forth because I want to get into some audio and I want to get you guys' opinions. It says 1999, 2000, Beyonce and Jay-Z first meet. So they first met 1999 to 2000. They first met. Beyonce previously told 17 that they met when she was 18. I know 80s Baby mentioned 14, not disputing that, but Beyonce told the magazine that they met when she was 18, which would be between September of 1999 and August of 2000. Now, 2000 and 2001, Beyonce and Jay-Z starts dating. 2000 and 2001, they starts dating. She says they began dating when Beyonce was 19. After getting to know each other, she says we were friends first for a year and a half before we went on any dates. She later told Oprah Winfrey, we were on the phone for a year and a half. And that foundation is so important for a relationship. Just to have someone who you just like is so important, and someone who is honest. Now we're going to go to November of 2001. Beyonce and Jay-Z appeared together on the cover of Vanity Fair. The pair appears on the cover of Vanity Fair's November 2001. Music issue Jay-Z later told the magazine, we were just beginning to try to date each other. At the time, adding, well, you know, you've got to try first. You got to dazzle, wine, and dine. And that he had his work cut out for him pursuing her. She's a charming Southern girl. You know, she's not impressed, but I would have definitely had to be this cool. All right, we're going to stop right there. Now, it seems like an innocent relationship starting out. It seems like that, you know, the young Beyonce was, you know, fascinated by the older Jay-Z. Where did things go wrong? Where did things go left? Let's find out some things. Now, in my research, of course, I checked out Curtis Jackson. I checked out 50 Cent. Because, you know, 50 Cent is, to me, is the #1 troll. 50 Cent knows the secrets. 50 Cent finds out information on all of the celebrities. So we're going to go to 50. We're going to also go to Jaguar Wright. We're going to go to some other folks as well. But let's jump into what 50 got to say, y'all. Now just listen to what 50 says.
Stepped on many people. Beyonce, how you guys ended.
Now, before 50 comes on, this is allegedly former bodyguard of Beyonce, Jay-Z, named Ron, Uncle Ron. Now, Uncle Ron claims that they were behind several R&B singers and rappers' demise. Jaguar Wright mentioned that. Y'all remember Jaguar Wright mentioned how Jay-Z deleted Big L. Now we have a former bodyguard of them, and he's making mention, allegedly, that they ended Carrie Hilson because Carrie Hilson used to write for Beyonce. But before 50 comes on, he's going to tell y'all a little something about the careers that they ended. And then 50 comes on.
Carrie Hilson's career.
But here's the kicker. It's not just him spinning this tale about Beyonce being a little shady. The ever so controversial Jaguar Wright jumped into the mix, straight up calling out Jay-Z for having Beyonce drugged up to now. Well, it's no secret that Jay-Z has dropped hints about his knack for manipulation. So if all these rumors turn out to have some truth to them, it wouldn't exactly be a shocker. But as if the drama surrounding Beyonce and Jay-Z couldn't get any more intense, it seems there are new revelations emerging from various corners. While some are suggesting that Beyonce might not be the picture-perfect icon we've always believed her to be, with 50 Cent dropping hints about hidden layers beneath her flawless facade, others are delving into more scandalous territory. Allegations of power plays and manipulations in Beyonce's career trajectory have surfaced, with claims that she's engaged in trading favors with influential figures in the industry. These allegations, coupled with Uncle Ron's assertions about Jay-Z's controlling behavior towards Beyonce, paint a complex picture of their relationship dynamics and the intricacies of their public personas. But hold up, because 50's dropping hints that maybe Beyonce ain't as squeaky clean as we think. He's suggesting there's more to her than meets the eye, that maybe that flawless facade is just a cover-up for something darker. And what's the bombshell he's supposedly sitting on? Brace yourself. He's claiming Beyonce's been playing a little game of power trading favors with men to climb that ladder. That's pretty crazy, right?
Did y'all hear that? Allegedly, 50 says Beyonce has been exchanging favors with men. It's all a power. It's all a power structure. They fighting for power. And when it comes to fighting for power, some people will stoop to levels that you could never imagine. 50 got more. Let's listen now.
I mean, who would have thought Beyonce doing something like that? But before you brush it off, think about it. There have been whispers for ages about her cozying up with different dudes behind closed doors. So, buckle up, because we're diving deep into the mystery of how Queen Bey allegedly got tangled up in this mess. You know how the rumor mill never stops churning, right? Well, word on the street is that before Beyonce locked it down with Jay-Z, she was out there exploring her options, if you catch my drift. But here's where it gets spicy. Apparently, she wasn't just doing her thing before Jay-Z. She was allegedly keeping her options open even while she was with him. Yeah, sounds like Queen Bey might have had her own little roster of good hairmen on the side. We all know Beyonce's got serious pull in the industry, but the gossip suggests that back in the day, before she was the powerhouse she is now, she might have been cozying up to these dudes to gain some leverage. You know, like power couple goals and all that jazz.
I want to stop right there. Positive Vibe says she believes it. I want to stop right there because I want us to stay on course. If you believe that Beyonce's talent, if you believe that her talent alone is what got her to the success level that she's at, drop a 4. If you think she's where she's at because of her talent, drop a 4. Drop a 5 if you believe that she done some underhand, under the table type stuff to get there. Now, I think Beyonce is one of the greatest performers. When it comes to a show, when it comes to giving a show, I think she should be top 3 of all time. I think she gives a hell of a show. This was brought to my attention demonstrations ago. Why you all on Beyonce? Don't you know that Beyonce lied and cheated her way, allegedly, to the top? And I was biased. I'll keep it 100 because I'm a big fan of Beyonce. But I learned, and I had to learn the hard way as a journalist, as a blogger, as a content creator. I cannot get caught up in my feelings. I'm a content creator. I'm a blogger. So I have to call a spade, even if I have to call out my favorite R&B singer, even if I have to call out my favorite rapper. So I cannot be biased when it comes to Beyonce. So let's listen to some more, because there were always rumors, allegedly, that the only reason Beyonce was chosen out of the other girls in Destiny's Child was because the manager was her father. Drop a 1 if y'all feels as though that's the only reason why Beyonce was chosen out of all those girls in Destiny's Child. Drop a 1 if y'all feel like the only reason why she was chosen was because of her father. Drop a 2 if you think that that didn't have anything to do with it. Positive vibes, drop the 1.
And get this, not only was she supposedly playing the game, but she also allegedly left these guys high and dry while painting herself as the innocent victim. Meanwhile, Beyonce and Jay-Z are still out here living their best lives. So let's just see who the candidates in play are. All right, let's dive into this gossip pool. First up on the alleged roster, we've got Terrence Howard, you know, the dude from Empire.
Stop right there. So far, we have one allegedly that's involved or was involved in the Beyonce entanglement. Terrence Howard. Drop a 6. And I got to switch the numbers up because it's ones and all that. But drop a 6 if you believe Terrence Howard had some kind of involvement with Beyonce. Drop a 6 if you think Beyonce and Terrence Howard had allegedly something going on. Drop a 7 if you don't think that's true. Remember, this is all allegedly. This is all for entertainment and educational purposes only.
Seems like he might have been more than just a co-star at one point. Even before Beyonce became the solo superstar we all know, she was turning heads as part of Destiny's Child, that original 4-girl group. She always killed it on stage. So let's talk about the drama between Beyonce and Terrence. There was this moment 16 years ago that had fans buzzing. It was when Beyonce literally took Terrence Howard's breath away. I mean, it's old news, but fans still can't stop talking about it. There's this YouTube clip from 2004 that still gets comments today, pointing out Terrence's hilarious reaction to Queen Bey's presence. Now let's rewind to 2005, when Destiny's Child slayed the stage with Cater to You at the BET Awards. Those girls were on fire, dressed to the nines in elegant dresses. And Beyonce? Mesmerizing as always. People were swooning over her then.
Vivian says it's possible they all sleep around with each other. It's a good point, Vivian.
And they still are today. Here's where it gets juicy. The girls were looking for lucky dudes to join them on stage, and who does Beyonce pick? Terrence Howard, sitting right next to her parents. At first, he's all smiles, but as the performance goes on, his expression shifts. It's like he's totally hypnotized by Beyonce's performance.
I'ma keep it 100. I would be hypnotized if Beyonce chose me out the audience. Yeah, the old man would be very hypnotized. Man, I would be cheesing. Man, positive vibes. I would have so much sweat. My head really would be shiny. I would be jumping up and down out the seat. I'd be acting a complete fool. So I get it. Hey, that's Beyonce. You get what I'm coming from? I'll be honest with you. I'll be starstruck. But there's more. Let's listen. Let's listen, y'all. Shit, Beyonce chose me. Beyonce chose the old man out of all these other men to come up on stage with her while she performed. Then she giving me lap dances. She hugging all on me. Man, where's she at? Where's she at? Let's listen, y'all. Let's listen. They showing, of course, the performance, and she all over Terrence Howard, and he looking like I would be looking. Like, can we take this back to my place? Can we get up out of here? Can I at least just take you out to eat? Can I have your phone number? Man, we talking Beyonce.
I mean, the comments tell you all that you need to know about that performance and about Terrence's feelings when it comes to the show. Terrence was looking at Bey like he was ready. I need a man who looks at me like Terrence looks at Beyonce.
Yeah.
No wonder rumors started flying about them being a thing. But then, just as quickly as it started, it supposedly fizzled out. Some folks think it's not just a coincidence. Back in the early 2000s, Terrence was on the rise with an Oscar-winning performance in Crash. He was about to take over Hollywood, but by 2008, things started to change. He steps into the Marvel universe with Iron Man, sure, but his career took a nosedive after that. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? But wait, let's fast forward to 2010, and bam! Don Cheadle swoops in as Rhodey in the Iron Man sequel. The plot thickens, my friends. Rumor has it, Terrence got hit with a massive pay cut offer for Iron Man 2, like slashing it by 50% to 80%. Ouch! But here's where things get interesting. Did he turn down the offer himself, or was there some behind-the-scenes drama? That, my friend, remains a mystery.
It's a big one. Now, Iron Man, you recently said that Iron Man tried to destroy your career.
No, they didn't try to destroy my career. I think what Iron Man did, they made a very wise and smart move. They wanted to make Robert Downey the face of Iron Man, as they did. War Machine was supposed to take over it. So when they made the choice to go with Don Cheadle so that they can promote Iron Man and Robert Downey, that's great. But I don't play second fiddle. That's not my dad's. I wanted to be War Machine and have my own franchise. And I think that's what we all are supposed to do. You can never you can't take the vertebrae out of your back just to fit inside of someone's ceiling.
Entertainment Weekly spilled some piping hot tea back in the day, suggesting Terrence might have had a bit of a temper issue, being a handful on set. Yeah, that doesn't sound too good. But hey, Terrence Howard wasn't the only one caught up in those swirling rumors about Beyonce's alleged flings. Nope, Shawn Paul's name got tossed into the mix too, especially after those whispers about him and Queen Bey hooking up. But just like with Terrence, it seems like once Beyonce got what she needed from him, she left him in the dust, while she and Jay-Z continued to shine.
Drop a 1 if y'all believe Beyonce and Shawn Paul. Drop a 1 if y'all can see Beyonce and Shawn Paul having something going on. Drop a 1.
Rumor has it, things got a bit icy between them after they shot the music video for their hit Baby Boy separately. But hold up, Shawn Paul himself decided to set the record straight on why he stopped performing Baby Boy with Beyoncé and whether there was any truth to those juicy rumors. During an interview with the Daily Beast, he spilled the beans on some of his favorite collaborations. First up, Busta Rhymes, because let's be real, who wouldn't want to work with him? Shawn Paul talked about feeling like he leveled up musically by teaming up for tracks like Give Me the Light and Make It Clap. Then there's Rihanna, who he bonded with over their shared love for Jamaica during a tour. But when the topic of Beyoncé came up, Shawn kept it real. He admitted they didn't exactly hang out, but he had mad respect for her music and, let's face it, her stunning looks. So when Queen Bey reached out for a collab, Shawn was all in. He thought they were going to drop an R&B vibe, but it ended up being a dancehall banger. Despite the track's massive success, Shawn Paul revealed he only got to perform it with Beyoncé 3 times, and that kind of bummed him out.
First number 1, huh?
Yeah, so I've had 4 on the Billboard charts now, and that was just an amazing thing for me. What was very special about songs like this is that she's a great established artist. And
Could Jay-Z had some kind of involvement as far as shutting it down? Because that was a very, very successful record. But for them to only perform it 3 times, that was a big record back in the days. And out of his own mouth, he said they only recorded it 3 times. I see you, Leggin. I see you down there roasting me, Leggin. But could Jay-Z had anything to do with that?
it was her first solo album when she came to me, and the tracks are actually dancehall music. A lot of times I do step outs on other people's tracks, but this was showing, especially me, and proving to my own self that my culture, dancehall and reggae music, it is such a strong thing.
Yeah.
And that big acts like Beyonce would come to do it, and even
While chatting about the whole performance dynamic, Shawn Paul dropped some real talk. He mentioned how some of his longtime crew suddenly became fans after just 3 performances with Beyoncé, which kind of blew his mind. He recalled one of those gigs being at Reggae Sumfest during the 2003 Rock the Mic tour. Now, Queen Bey wasn't on the tour every day, but she'd pop in on certain dates to do her thing, usually belting out Crazy in Love with Jay-Z. But here's where things take a weird turn. The second time Shawn and Beyoncé were set to perform together, things got funky real quick. Shawn was in LA doing his thing when he got word they were going to link up for Baby Boy. So he rushes over, the crowd goes wild, but then something feels off. Despite him giving it his all, he couldn't feel the energy from the crowd. And that's when it hit him. Someone had messed with his mic backstage. His own crew was fuming, telling him they couldn't hear a word he was saying out there. Basically, his mic got straight up sabotaged. Now, the first time it happened, Shawn brushed it off as a glitch. But when it happened again, yeah, he knew something fishy was going on.
Who do y'all think could have sabotaged his microphone? Who do y'all think could have possibly sabotaged his microphone? Inquiring minds want to know. The Rock Squad would like to know. Any suggestions? Let me know. Any suggestions? Who do y'all think sabotaged Shawn Paul's microphone?
Shawn had another performance lined up with Beyoncé, this time in Scotland for an MTV event. They did the whole rehearsal thing. Everything seemed smooth sailing. The plan was for Shawn to pop up from under the stage, join Beyoncé at this big center stage surrounded by fire. Sounds pretty epic, right? Well, here's where things went left. When it was Shawn's turn to spit his verse, the track went all wonky, looping the same part over and over. Shawn's there like, what's the deal here? And that was the moment it clicked for him. Someone was trying to mess with his shine. Now here's where it gets juicy. Apparently after this debacle, Beyoncé decided to confront Shawn about those pesky dating rumors because it was starting to mess with her rep. Remember the victim card we talked about? Exactly. But Shawn's like, hold up, I knew Jay before you, and we were cool, so maybe me and him should chat first. But Beyoncé's team wasn't having it. They made it crystal clear they weren't going to be working with Shawn anymore. Then there's the VMAs debacle. Beyoncé tells Shawn they're going to rehearse for their performance. But then the day before the big show, Shawn overhears someone else rehearsing Baby Boy. And surprise, surprise, when they check with the label, they're hit with the news. Beyoncé's flying solo for the performance. For Shawn, it was not only awkward but downright humiliating, especially having to sit through the show with his wife and other celebs asking why he wasn't up there. At the end of the day, the comments are on point when it comes to the chemistry that existed between Shawn and Bey. One person said, "The moment Jay's discovers that Baby Boy wasn't him. Jay-Z know it's over when a Jamaican is with his wife. We are known for stealing people's girl." Eventually, Shawn realized that serious sabotage was going on, so he decided to cut his losses and leave the whole Bey drama behind him. He was always loyal to his wife, and they share 2 wonderful kids together. But there's more guys on Beyoncé's checklist than just Shawn and Terrence. Back when Destiny's Child was making waves, they bumped into NSYNC quite a bit at those swanky entertainment events. Word on the street was that Beyoncé and Justin Timberlake might have shared a steamy moment or two at one of those star-studded soirees. But hold up, there's more. Remember the 2000 MTV VMA Awards? Beyoncé and Sisqó showed up twinning in matching outfits, sparking rumors about their super close bond. They were practically inseparable, fueling speculation about just how tight they really were. And then there's Marcus Houston. They go way back, like back to their teenage days before the fame train took off. Rumor had it they might have been more than just buddies, especially since Marcus saw Beyoncé's star quality early on and wanted to team up with her. But according to him, they were strictly friends. Guess we'll never really know for sure. Oh, and let's not forget Pharrell Williams. Seems like they were pretty smitten with each other for a while. Looks like Queen Bey had her fair share of love interests. But here's where it gets interesting. Some folks are saying maybe Beyoncé wasn't calling all the shots in these a bigger role than we realize. I mean, they go way back, right? Maybe his control over her from a young age pushed her to explore with other guys. And there's also talk about him controlling her. Could he be the real culprit behind all this drama? And there you have it, folks. The Beyonce Jay-Z saga just keeps getting juicier by the minute.
So far, we have a list. There's more. So far, we have possible Shawn Paul, possible Terrence Howard, possible Marcus Houston, maybe Sisqó, possible Pharrell. Out of all of them, I can honestly, definitely feel Shawn Paul and Marcus Houston. Out of the names that we just heard, me personally, I would point to Shawn Paul. The chemistry was there. Also, Marcus Houston. Who do y'all think? Shawn Paul, Terrence Howard, Marcus Houston, Sisqó, Pharrell, or all of them? Let me know. Let me know. Let me go to some more of the timeline. Then we're going to turn this demonstration up just a notch. And we're going to go to Jaguar Wright. We want to hear what Jaguar Wright has to say, allegedly, about Jay and Beyoncé. So it says, Beyoncé drops her Crazy in Love music video featuring Jay-Z. And they go on to win the Best R&B Song and Best Rap Song Collaboration Awards at the 2004 Grammy Awards. Despite rumors and the track's obvious hints and their explosive on-screen chemistry, the pair still hadn't gone public with their romance at the time. Advice they fielded from Oprah. I remember the first time you were on the Oprah show, I told you, Don't go around telling people who you're dating. The talk show legend recalled in her 2013 catch up with Beyonce. So apparently Oprah was telling Beyonce not to tell people who you're dating. And I've been in situations like that before. I've been in relationships like that before where I had to tell the female. Vice versa. The female had to tell me, look, let's not let people know that we got something going on. And in my opinion, in certain circumstances, I do feel like you shouldn't put your business out there. Drop a 1 if y'all feel the same way. Sophary says, yes, I did the like. Right. Positive vibes dropping them eyes. Who are you seeing? Because once people find out who you, especially for a married man, ladies, y'all have to help the old man out with this. Why, once a man becomes married, once he put on that wedding band, once he put on that wedding ring, why do y'all chase that man down? A single man don't get no play. It's hard for a single man to get a woman, but it's so easy for a married man to get multiple women. Ladies, why is that? Sophary says never mess with a married man at all. Now, it says August the 29th, 2004, Beyonce and Jay-Z makes their red carpet debut. Beyonce and Jay-Z make their red carpet debut at the MTV VMAs in Miami, where they both took home Moon Men. September 1st, 2006, Beyonce releases Birthday with 2 songs featuring Jay-Z. Beyonce drops her second solo LP, Birthday, on her 25th birthday. The chart topper included 2 more collabs with Jay-Z, Deja Vu and Upgrade You. Misunderstood says, I need your help, Shank Rock. Mostly advice on my husband recently. He's been coming home very angry at me and he never wants me to touch him. What should I do? Do you think maybe he's cheating? Follow me on Instagram, Misunderstood. Follow me on Instagram and I could give you some advice. If a man comes home angry and don't want you to touch him, it might not be another woman. He might be fighting a health issue. He might, be going through something at work. He might be dealing with something. He might just not know how to tell you. So hit me up on IG, ShankRock1218. Jay-Z releases Kingdom Come, which includes yet another Beyonce debut, another Beyonce duet. Things are starting to heat up with him now. They going full force with it now. April the 4th, 2008, Beyonce and Jay-Z gets married. Jay-Z and Beyonce get married in a top secret, super intimate ceremony on April 4th. It was a very emotional wedding, lots of crying, and really very spiritual. A source told People at the time of the ceremony, held at the rapper's 13,500 square feet Manhattan penthouse and decorated with 70,000, I can't pronounce the words, flown in from Thailand. It says, while the pair kept their marriage under wraps at first, Beyonce later opened up about their nuptials and their relationship leading up to the big day. She says, there was no rush. No one expected me to run off and get married. She told 17, I really don't believe that you will love the same thing when you're 20 as you do at 30. That's true. So that was my rule. Before the age of 25, I would never get married. I feel like you have to get to know yourself, know what you want, spend time by yourself, and be proud of who you are before you can share that with someone else. And I think that's some good advice. You got to be happy with yourself. You got to be proud of yourself, because nobody can make you happy if you're not already happy. If you come to me and if you're not already happy, now I could do some things to cheer you up. I could do some things that may get you happy here and there. But if you're not already a happy person within, the little bit of happiness that I do give you will only last temporarily. So that's a lesson to be learned from everyone. You have to first make yourself happy. You first must love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, how can you love someone else, and how can someone love you? Because if you don't love yourself, then you won't know what love is. Are y'all listening to me? And that's why a lot of marriages, that's why a lot of relationships don't work. And that goes for both sides. Men, some of us feel like, if I just get this type of woman. Some men feel this kind of woman will make me happy. But guess what, bro? If you're not already happy with who you are, if you're not already happy with yourself, no matter what she does, it's not going to keep you happy all the time. Vice versa, ladies. You can marry a rich man, but guess what? If you're not a happy person, guess what? That rich man is not going to make you happy. That's why a lot of marriages end in divorce. Not all, but that's why a lot of marriages end in divorce. We got UK in the building. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in from India. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in from UK. Drop y'all locations, where y'all representing. Drop y'all cities. I'm going to take 2 minutes to shout out where everybody is repping from, and then we're going to jump back into this exclusive demonstration on the witchcraft. We haven't got to that yet. We've been on the entanglement, but we're going to go to the witchcraft. We got Philly. Salute to everybody that's checking in from Philly. We got VA. We got Alabama. All right, Cleveland, Ohio. Chi-Town, Chi-Town. We got Chi-Town up in here. We got Cleveland. We got Alabama. I appreciate everyone for pulling up to this demonstration. We got South Carolina. Sag is coming from Ghana, Accra, Ghana. We got Ghana up in here, all the way from the motherland. We got East Orange, New Jersey. Marie, I see you, Marie. We're getting ready to go into Jaguar Wright. I'm sure that's what you all want to hear. I know y'all want to hear some of the facts. I know y'all want to hear some of this, some of that. I know. But y'all really want to hear. Y'all really want to hear the dirty about Jay and Bay, allegedly. Let's tap into Jaguar Wright.
With Diddy settling with
next week, Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit different. He lined up D Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
Yeah, shout out D. Haven. He actually hit us up, wanted to tell this story.
You need to talk to D. Haven.
Yeah, we need to talk to him.
I told you that last year when I put you on the phone with him.
You did.
And it got ran into, and then I got thrown in a hospital by my insane husband, who's working for you to make his mama pray.
Wow. So basically, Jaguar Wright gave a brief summary, a list of those that Jay-Z allegedly lined up. Did y'all hear it? Did y'all hear a couple of the names that Jaguar Wright say Jay-Z lined up?
Curious because with Diddy,
You mean?
with Diddy settling within 24 hours, which has never been heard of, 30 million, or the lawsuit was there, we undisclosed amount. But
He knew for 30 days that shit was fit to happen.
within
He
24
could
hours.
have paid that $30 million before.
Yeah, why? Let that hit the fan. Did he?
Because he's dead.
He called a bluff?
Because yeah,
People, he should have enough money to
he
check.
put the boots to that girl. She's supposed to be a good bitch, no matter who she with. All the time he putting a groom in her. Of course he thought it was still gonna work. He thinks he's God. He ain't doing shit. Raped the fuck out of it, put the boots to her last time I seen her. Her and her trainer, boyfriend, husband. I don't get no.
So you hear about stories of Diddy like shooting people,
Yeah.
blowing up cars.
Yeah.
Is he this gangster that behind the scenes that is that him or is that people
Shout
around?
out to Wendy Williams, the first woman to uncover the homo thugs. That's what these down low bitches was called when Wendy first started talking about it in the 90s, the homo thug. She talking about Diddy.
And then what's the stuff that's happening with Wendy Williams? You think this is all connection too?
Of course. They've been waiting. He's been waiting. He was waiting for Kim. Remember? He was waiting. The casket was ready. She was literally casket ready.
Some people are saying the whole Wendy Williams documentary that she's pretty much allegedly playing this way to keep herself safe from him, from any unaliving.
It's been working for Orlando Brown.
One thing we all gotta admit, as messy as Wendy Williams was, I'm gonna say it again. One thing we all gotta admit, as messy as Wendy Williams was, Wendy Williams was bringing us the exclusives before there was a Jaguar Wright, before it was the social media. I'm going to prehistoric time, back in the 90s. Wendy Williams was bringing us the exclusives. I think did P. Diddy get her fired? Help me understand. I do believe P. Diddy got her fired. I do believe P. Diddy was somewhere, and P. Diddy said, by the time I get back to New York, Wendy Williams better be off of that radio station, or y'all help me out, or I'm going to have to go find it. But I know for a fact, P. Diddy is the one that got Wendy Williams fired from off that radio station. I think it was Hot 97. He said it because Wendy Williams was dropping the exclusives. She was messy as hell, but she was dropping nothing but exclusives. The homo thug. Right. P. Diddy got her fired from the radio station. And she was calling out the homo thug back in the 90s.
Why wouldn't it work for Wendy?
to play crazy.
Why wouldn't it work?
Hey, no. Hey.
The oosh gosh, whoosh wash.
Bop.
Orlando's brilliant.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all spent time with him.
We did.
Yeah.
He's highly intelligent.
Yes.
Imagine what it's been like to wear this character for this long.
No. I go.
That he does is a character. Actually, the shit he does online is the best acting he does.
Is he speaking truth?
Of course he is.
For all y'all that don't know, Orlando Brown played on That's So Raven. He also played on the Jamie Foxx show. And he asked her, is Orlando Brown speaking the truth? Jaguar Wright said, of course he is.
You know? We see quiet on set.
Major pain in his ass. Literally. Since he was a kid.
Man.
And then eating milk, running the fuck around, talking about expensive pain in his ass.
Wait, this is Philly you're talking about now. Wait a minute, Jack.
Fuck me.
Wait a minute.
He's a fucking Fruit Loop. He Diddy fried.
This is Philly.
He's a deep fried. Period. He Diddy fried. He Diddy fried. He the Diddy do our bop. Fuck me. Real rap.
You think that audio that they put out was real?
Yeah, that was him.
Why don't you own commercial real estate?
Damn ads.
Nikki put that out there. That Nikki recorded that at the freak off in the Calabasas. She been waiting to drop that shit with Meek. She just wasn't going to tell nobody it was Diddy. But now that Diddy out there, why not?
So then who's the guy who's claiming he recorded it?
Oh,
The
somebody that
bouncer.
got paid?
Yeah, he said like I was
Yeah,
standing
somebody
outside the
that got
door.
paid.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Let's tap into allegedly Beyonce practicing witchcraft. Drop a 1 if y'all feels as though allegedly, I mean, it was all in some of her videos. Drop a 1 if y'all think positive vibes. You drop more 1s than a dollar bill.
Maybe one of the biggest rituals, that we'll have, besides going the other direction. I do that too.
Fame also brings bizarre allegations, like the lady who went to court accusing Beyoncé of practicing extreme witchcraft.
Guys, hold your beer. We have some news that will send you straight to a shocking state.
Did y'all hear that? So allegedly, a former drummer, took Beyonce to court. Did y'all know that? Drop a 1. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. Matter of fact, positive vibes, don't you drop a 1. But drop a 1 if y'all heard that, or drop a 1 if y'all think Beyonce practiced witchcraft. We about to hear Erykah Badu and also one of Beyonce's former drummer.
One of the biggest rituals, that we'll have, besides going the other direction. I do that too.
Fame also brings bizarre allegations, like the lady who went to court accusing Beyoncé of practicing extreme witchcraft.
Guys, hold your beer. We have some news that will send you straight to a shocking state. So, your favorite singer, Beyoncé, is allegedly using witchcraft to maintain her superstardom. And fellow soul singer Erykah Badu appears to have confirmed just that. Badu is not the first person linking Queen Bey to black magic. Back in 2018, singer and dancer Kimberly Thompson sought a restraining order against the Formation singer after accusing the then 37-year-old star of launching a campaign of harassment against her. Court documents obtained by media houses, which were filed by the drummer, who had performed in an all-female band for the singer for 7 years, alleged Beyoncé murdered her kitten and used extreme witchcraft, dark magic, and magic spells of moleskin against her.
Did y'all hear that? Allegedly, the former drummer, Kimberly Thompson, alleges that Beyoncé unalived her kitten and used witchcraft against her. Let's listen to some more.
Yeah, you heard that right. Kimberly also believes the Crazy in Love hitmaker, who has daughter Blue Ivy, then 6 years old, and the then 15-month-old twins Rumi and Sir with husband Jay-Z, had been tapping her phone and controlling her finances. Kimberly, who has also played with the 8G band on Late Night with Seth Meyers, previously told how she had to get Beyoncé's approval before getting a mohawk hairstyle in order to fit the image the former Destiny's Child star wanted to project.
About any of you who are going to Beyonce's concert, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. How dare you call yourself a Christian?
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Any of y'all that goes to a Beyonce's concert, how dare y'all call yourself a Christian? Those not my words. Those are her words. I believe that there's more. Let's listen.
And more recently, an American pastor also claimed that Queen Bey is a witch. Self-proclaimed prophetess Tiffany Montgomery, who founded the Covered by God ministry, shared a video on her TikTok and YouTube earlier this year in which she said, "Any of you who are going to Beyonce's concert, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. How dare you call yourself a Christian?" She continued, "I don't care."
Stop right there. I want to talk to y'all about that. How do y'all feel about that? Because I believe we chopped it up about that before. How do y'all feel if you are a Christian, and I'm not going to just say Christian, if you are a God-fearing person, because the Muslims, the Jehovah's Witness, the Catholic, they all believe the same when it comes to witchcraft. But I get her point. I get where she's coming from. But I don't want to be biased and only make reference to only Christians going to her Beyonce. Anybody that fears God, anybody that believes in God, drop a 1 if you think that they should not attend a Beyonce's concert because it's full of witchcraft. Drop a 2 if y'all think that it shouldn't matter. Drop a 1 if y'all think because of her concerts, and not just only her concerts, but because allegedly she practiced witchcraft. If you are a person of God, you shouldn't attend those concerts. We got 1-1 so far. Y'all get my likes up. See, I'm not going to bring y'all these exclusives no more. See, y'all didn't know that I had the exclusives. And there's more. I got more exclusives. Let's listen. That ain't what I want.
She continued, "I don't care what pastor you got who's okay with it. I don't care what pastor you got that thinks it's cool. I don't care what pastor you got that sings along to the songs because they want some clout." Tiffany, who is from North Carolina but preaches in various locations across the U.S., then went on to suggest that Beyoncé is a witch and fans of the singer are part of a coven. When a witch has a coven, it's normally a small thing. Witches' covens are normally 3 to 7 people, the pastor added. When it becomes thousands, it's called a hive. Y'all a part of that lady beehive. And you call yourself a Christian? May the
What'd she say? She broke it down. And Beyonce, she calls her followers the Beehive. Are y'all listening? Remember, Shank Rock drops nothing but exclusives.
Dealings of the Lord come upon you, she concluded. And it's not just the Lemonade singer who has been singled out for relying on dark powers. Erykah Badu has also been accused of using witchcraft to bewitch mostly, get this, men. There's an urban legend that my pee changes men, Badu told Rolling Stone back in 2020. The men that I fall in love with and fall in love with me change jobs and lives.
A lot has been said about your bedroom, the mystical powers. You came out with it's the urban legend.
The soul singer again addressed her so-called bedroom powers during a recent appearance on the Tamron Hall show. The subject was brought up after the host played a clip from Vogue's Objects of Affection series in which Badu gave an extensive tour of her home studio, aptly dubbed the Badudio. Hall said, so that's a studio/bedroom, and I thought, of all the rooms that she would take us in, a lot has been said about your bedroom, the mystical powers. You are keenly aware of the urban legend that men can't look you in the eye without falling in love. Women too, and children and animals. Any living, breathing thing, Badu said before she was asked to describe her so-called powers. I think it's indescribable. In the bedroom, that's not where you're going to find it because my magic doesn't lie between my thighs. It lies between my ears. Badu, who is currently single, has been romantically tied to music figures like Jay Electronica, Andre 3000, and Common. Common spoke about the Badu mythos during a 2014 sit-down with the Combat Jack show. Yeah, the Badu box is real, the rapper confessed. It can take you to another universe. But seriously, that's when you meet somebody that's really special and you're like, man, this woman got something else, man. It ain't just the S. It ain't just the looks. It's like something that's kind of like spirit-wise where you're like, this woman got something else. While Badu uses her dark magic on men, Beyoncé allegedly uses hers on other singers. Bey and her husband Jay-Z have long been the subject of conspiracy theories and wild fantasies. The idea is that the two are members of the Illuminati and are secretly ushering a revolution, a new world order, brainwashing the public through music videos and dance routines. For several years, Jay-Z has, during his performances, made a hand signal that forms a triangle. This is supposedly meant to represent a diamond and has become synonymous with Jay and his record label. Occasionally, Beyoncé will also flash a hand signal, likely in support of her husband.
Stop right there. Drop a 1. After hearing what you heard, drop a 1 if you think Beyoncé allegedly practices witchcraft. Drop a 2 if you're still not convinced that she practiced witchcraft.
But the triangle shape is, for some, associated with the Eye of Providence, usually enclosed inside of a triangle or a pyramid. Said eye is connected to a wide range of belief systems, including the Freemasons and Illuminati, along with the many conspiracy theories that surround them. Recently, Pizzagate also became associated with the triangle shape. Thus, conspiracy theorists believe that Jay-Z's iconic hand signal is secretly signaling his devotion to the Illuminati. It doesn't help that Beyoncé and her creative team use so much religious iconography in her performances and videos. Their playful depiction of Beyoncé as a modern musical goddess ensures that conspiracy theorists will never, ever run out of material. By making wild associations between shapes, set pieces, and dance routines, conspiracy theorists can cook up some spectacularly strange narratives. But maybe, just maybe, there is some truth to the multiple Grammy-winning relying on dark magic. Queen Bey and Jay are well aware of the increasingly bizarre theories that surround them. The singer directly addresses them in Formation, her lyrics stating, "Y'all haters corny with that Illuminati mess." So how did Beyoncé is secretly in the Illuminati become Beyoncé is secretly Italian? Well, the source of the theory seems to stem from a single Instagram comment claiming that she is Italian and a whole bunch of other stuff. Beyond that, the imaginary Italian identity adds to the idea of Beyoncé being descended from a powerful bloodline of Illuminati cultists, as well as theorists craving a new deception to uncover. But that's not all. When the singer released her 7th studio album, Renaissance, a lot of murmurs immediately followed up. Soon after, the several hidden messages in the album's various promotional images were proven correct, and to some, it meant the end days foretold in Revelation would soon come. A few years ago, social media followers insinuated that Beyoncé was a member of the Illuminati. Now, the internet is adding an addendum. Queen Bey is not necessarily trying to run the world, she's just trying to tell us it's ending. It started with the horse imagery. The cover of Renaissance is a striking shot of a mostly nude, bee-heeled Beyoncé on top of a silver horse. The cover of July 2020 British Vogue was a striking shot of Beyoncé riding a red one. Newsweek explains the rest. In July 2020, Beyoncé sat atop a white horse in the Black is King movie, and in August 2022, she posed with a black horse for Harper's Bazaar. It's a simple enough equation. Beyoncé, horses. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, one riding a white horse, one a red one a black one, and one a pale one. Pestilence, war, famine, and death. When they show up, it means our earthly world is over. One writer who analyzed Beyoncé's career on the podcast Dissect said the singer's apocalypse era is a natural continuation of her Illuminati era. She's so good at what she does. She has so much influence and power. Everything she does is so exquisite, the writer explained. Most
Nickelodeon was kidding.
Man, them damn ads. Interesting, right? She broke the horses down. She broke the 4 horsemen down. It's in Revelation. She broke the horses down. And it's right there in plain sight. It appears, as she stated in the Beyonce's videos and other things. These damn ads.
how a person can get it right every time. In order to compensate for our own insecurities, we have to project. We say, it's impossible. There has to be some kind of magic associated with it or the Illuminati. But really, it's because she works really hard. She's really serious about her craft. She takes her time, and she surrounds herself with people that she trusts that are also very talented. So again, there are people who believe Beyoncé is genuinely a hard worker and doesn't rely on exorcism to become more successful. But there are a number of female singers whose downfall is directly linked to Blue Ivy's mom. During the early 2000s, Beyoncé was one artist among a slew of new R&B and pop divas who were all battling to become the next Janet Jackson, Celine Dion, or Whitney Houston. Among them were Aaliyah, Christina Milian, Brandy, and Britney Spears, to name a few. There was also R&B singer Ashanti, who may have actually been Beyoncé's most formidable opponent. While Beyoncé's career kicked off with Destiny's Child in the 90s, she and Ashanti actually debuted their solo efforts 1 year apart. Ashanti's debut came in 2002 with her hit single, Foolish, which spent 10 weeks at #1 on the charts per Billboard. Meanwhile, Beyoncé's official debut was 2003's Crazy in Love, which held the #1 spot for 8 weeks and birthed her iconic Uh-Oh dance. Both singles preceded critically acclaimed and commercially successful albums. Ashanti's self-titled debut sold 502,000 copies in the first week alone, per the Los Angeles Times. Meanwhile, Beyoncé's Dangerously in Love didn't quite match Ashanti's success, selling 317,000 copies in the first week, according to Billboard. And while Ashanti first held strong, Beyoncé eventually eclipsed a threshold that few stars have managed to reach. With that said, the early days of both Beyoncé and Ashanti's careers were marred by rumors of feuds. But was all of the talk surrounding them just speculation? Or did they actually have one of the biggest celeb feuds of the early 2000s? Comparisons between Beyoncé and Ashanti ran rampant during the early days of their solo careers. One of the most public instances occurred back in 2003, when the New York Times published an opinion piece titled, "The Solo Beyoncé, She's No Ashanti." The piece placed Ashanti's star power ahead of Beyoncé's. In recent years, publications like HuffPost and Vox have periodically pointed back to it when discussing the irony of Beyoncé's dominating presence within the music industry today. Fortunately, these comparisons never amounted to a personal feud between the stars, but Lauki Ashanti fans believe Beyoncé fought off competition using dubious means. Every female artist, we all have something different to offer, said Beyoncé while speaking to MTV News in 2003. I love Monica's record. I like Ashanti's record. I respect all of those people. There's room for all of us. Ashanti, too, was of the same accord in 2017 when discussing her reaction to the infamous New York Times article. I was just like, wow, it was super flattering, shared Ashanti per Entertainment Tonight. What I didn't like so much is that the media has a way of pitting people against each other. She continued, Beyonce and I had always had a very cool camaraderie. It was always like, hey, what's up? How are you doing? Oh, I like your sneakers. She concluded her thoughts with, I'm too happy with myself to just be an envious kind of a person. Unfortunately, for the fans of both artists, an official Beyoncé and Ashanti collaboration doesn't exist. However, they did once perform together for an amazing cause. In 2008, Stand Up to Cancer, a charitable initiative that raises funds for cancer research and alternative therapies, brought together the biggest divas at the time for a special charity performance during Fashion Rocks. Of course, Beyoncé and Ashanti were a part of it, as well as Rihanna, Mariah Carey, Mary J. Blige, and many more. The Irish Examiner cited the performance as a way for...
Man, these damn ads. This deep, y'all. This interesting. If these ads stop popping up, I see everybody down there. Salute y'all. I see y'all, Stephanie. I see y'all, Lucretia, Tyson. I see y'all. Salute. This deep now and very interesting. And the same thing took place with Jay-Z. The same thing that take place with Beyonce. And that's why people have been telling me, Shank, the powers to be has put Jay-Z and Beyonce together to become this not so much power couple, but a couple that carries out their dirty deeds. There were Big L, Dame Dash, Biggie, even Biggie has been linked. Biggie's deletion has been linked to Jay-Z. Big L, Dame Dash, couple more rappers. You just heard the R&B singers whose careers didn't take off because of competition for Beyonce. Let me get this ad out so we can hear some more. Once again, this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. What you are hearing is only allegedly. What I am commentarying on is allegedly.
For the stars to put an end to feuding rumors. When you get two women making hot music, comparisons are going to be made and talk of feuds begins, shared Ashanti with the publication. I admire what she does and don't have a problem with her. I've talked about making a record with other strong females. I'd love to do something with Mary. Beyonce further proved that there's no bad blood between the two performers when she featured Ashanti on her website to wish her a happy birthday in 2020. Long story short, everything is good between Beyonce and Ashanti. Beyonce and Kellis's relationship, however, is a whole other saga. In early August this past year, it was announced that Beyonce was in the process of removing the milkshake interpolation from Energy after Kellis's criticism. Rolling Stone reported that the La 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 vocals at the end of the song were removed from Apple Music and Tidal. The song no longer credits Pharrell Williams and Chad Hugo on her website. The interpolation has also been removed from the song's YouTube lyric video, but still appears on certain streaming versions. Why? Queen Bey and Kellis are seriously beefing. Beyonce's studio album was breaking the internet in more ways than one. Though some artists the singer decided to sample or pay homage to on Renaissance expressed excitement, Robin S. said she was going to bask in the moment when her song Show Me Love was interpolated on the lead single, Break My Soul. Not everyone was happy about being included. Kellis, known for hits like Bossy, publicly criticized Beyonce for not receiving a heads up that her 2003 song Milkshake was being used on the Renaissance cut Energy. But the issue was larger than just the one track. Kellis also criticized the Neptunes' Pharrell Williams and Chad Hugo, whom she worked with on her first album, for not crediting her to begin with on the original song, and then, almost 20 years later, using it without even telling her. It all started when a Kellis fan page on Instagram posted that Beyoncé would be sampling a Kellis song, thus breaking the news to Kellis herself. The R&B singer soon commented on the post, expressing her disbelief. My mind is blown too because the level of disrespect and utter ignorance of all three parties involved is astounding. I heard about this the same way everyone else did. Nothing is ever as it seems. Some of the people in this business have no soul or integrity, and they have everyone fooled. Kellis then released 2 videos on Instagram accusing Beyoncé, Pharrell, and Hugo of not notifying her of her song being interpolated for the track. The singer called Pharrell petty and said that he does this as all the time in order to spite her. I have the right to be frustrated, she said. Why? Because no one had the human decency to call and go, hey, we'd like to use your record. The reason I'm annoyed is because I know it was on purpose. She also claimed Pharrell swindled her out of her older music. In a follow-up post, Kellis said that all this female empowerment stuff only counts if you really do it, if you're really living it and walking the walk. And then noted the hypocrisy when it comes to Pharrell and music ownership, citing a Variety interview where he championed artist rights and ownership of their work. He has writing credits on my records, all my singles coincidentally, and he never wrote a song and lyric a day in his life, she said, adding that Chad is really an amoeba. He's spineless. It's a miracle he can keep his neck up. This was not the first time Kellis complained about Neptune's treatment of her. In 2020, she revealed to The Guardian that she allegedly did not make any money from the sales of her first 2 albums, which were produced by the duo. When talking about her agreement with the duo, Kellis told the British outlet, their argument is, well, you signed it. I'm like, yeah, I signed what I was told, and I was too young and too stupid to double check it. To this day, Beyoncé and Kellis still don't see eye to eye, but Beyoncé's biggest beef to this day has to be the one with Carrie Hilson. R&B singer Carrie Hilson has had a long-standing feud with Beyoncé that lasted almost a decade. For those who don't remember, this quarrel between the two began when Carrie threw shade at the Halo singer's 2009 song, Turnin' Me On. She added fuel to the fire in 2011 when she refused to pose in an issue of Juicy magazine as it featured Beyonce and Jay-Z on the cover. In a recent conversation with radio host Persia Nicole, Carrie Hilson spoke about her decade-long feud with Beyonce ending. When asked if she would like to collaborate with the single ladies singer, Carrie said, "Yeah, sure, absolutely." Adding further, Carrie said, "She actually has introduced herself. It was a gracious moment. I appreciated it." Carrie Hilson continued, "I feel like she understood what had happened, what had transpired, and there was a bit of healing in that moment when we met. I take her as a very intuitive kind of soul, as am I." She added, "Yeah, it would probably be a very fun experience to do that if she were open. I do feel like she understood what that was all about. She's amazing. I've always felt that way. That's the truth of the matter, but no one will believe that." Talking further, the R&B singer said, "Whether it is working together or not, we can see each other, we can understand and nod, and we can understand and nod and have mutual respect now. I think at the very minimum there can be that. That's always possible, and that's where I'm at. I made a decision that was not authentic to who I truly am, and of course, I regret it. Of course." The truth is, Carrie has never been the same since she picked up the feud with Beyoncé. The singer has also been accused of ruining the careers of Keisha Cole, Ciara, and Joseline Hernandez. Netizens seem to agree with one posting, "Why Carrie Hilson ain't hold the magazine up, Beyoncé definitely K-ed that lady career." So there you have the whole new dark side of Beyoncé.
Let me jump down to the chat. Let me see what the chat is saying, y'all. Ms. Groovy says, it explains why a lot of the singing girls have not made it. She ruined a lot of music careers. Tiara Marie can sing her face off. Beyonce thought Riri wasn't competition for her, but Riri came full force. Kelly Snow says, the triangle for Illuminati sign is true. Remember when Beyonce held up the symbol and all power went out in the Super Bowl? That's facts. Positive Vibes says, Jocelyn never had a music career. That one is false. Wow. Yeah. See, here's my thing. You would think, because y'all know I'm a big Beyonce fan. you would think that the other R&B singers really aren't competition when it comes to Beyonce. But I guess if they're being sabotaged, I guess they not competition because they've been sabotaged. Same way with Jay-Z. I guess the other rappers wouldn't be competition to Jay if they were sabotaged. For so long, people have spoken that allegedly Jay-Z was behind Biggie Small's deletion. Positive Vibes says, Bianca says Blue Ivy. Ivy illuminates very youngest. That's true, Bianca. Positive Vibes says Beyonce wants to be the only female superstar. And I could see that. I could see that. Because if you look, nobody, no R&B female singer has been consistent like Beyonce. Beyonce is now in the country music genre. What R&B singer done that? Miss Groovy Bianca says facts. Miss Groovy says Jay wasn't competition for Biggie or Tupac. Facts. That's facts. Wow. Let's go here, y'all. Let's go here. Let's see what this is. Miss Groovy says not even now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Impressive Channel. Beyonce just released the cover of her upcoming album, Cowboy Carter. And this is supposed to be a country-inspired album. And
what do y'all think about the country song? What do y'all think about the country song album? Is she on the white horse holding up a flag with Cowboy Carter? What do y'all think about the country song? Positive Vibe says the country music fans don't want her over there. They deny her request for a country music membership, and that's true. Bianca says, I want to know who she going after in country. That's a good point, Bianca, and Positive Vibes. Because it could be bigger than our imagination. We just thinking, oh, well, she want to cross over. She want to go pop. She want to get, you know what I'm saying, the pop money and all that. But Beyonce, to me, has been pop for a long time. Everybody, just not only black people, just not only urban people, you know, support and buy Beyonce. Everybody buy Beyonce records and merch. Bianca says, all my friends who are country fans are confused. 80s Baby says, I don't care for her country singing. It's out of her lane. Miss Groovy says, not everyone. That's my thing. And now I have to look at this country song. I have to look at it a little deeper.
And Beyonce revealed that she made this album because of the backlash she received at the Country Music Awards back in 2016. And I'm actually going to get into that because I do feel like Beyonce is getting revenge on the country music industry. But before I do, I want to talk about the covers. Now, she does have this one cover where she's riding on a white horse in this patriotic fit. And this is her way of giving a nod to cowboy culture. And I really like this picture, actually. I think this cover is pretty hard. She also did another cover where she was stripped down. She was wearing a pageant sash and she had a braided, beaded hair look. And Erykah Badu had something to say about it. Apparently, she feels like Beyonce is copying her look because lately Erykah has been wearing her hair this way. Now, she posted this on her IG story in response to this cover saying, this is not the first time Erykah called Beyonce out.
Drop a 1 if you think we all, including myself, if we're hating on Beyonce. Drop a 1 if y'all think all of us is hating on Beyonce. Drop a 2 if you think we're just calling a spade a spade. I want to know. Drop a 1, drop a 2. Mel says Mickey Guyton is the first black female country singer who performed at the Grammys. Bianca dropped a 2. Miss Groovy dropped a 2. Miss Groovy says these beehivers will buy anything she promotes. They were spending money. They didn't have to go to her concert. Kelly dropped the 2. 80s Baby says 1. Definitely. So 80s Baby feel like we all hating on Beyonce. Drop a 1 if you think we're hating on Beyonce, including myself, including you, and you, him and her. Drop a 1 if we hating on Beyonce. Drop a 2 if we're not. Mel says, and she was nominated. Drop the 1s and the 2s for me.
Do you remember last year, she kind of felt like Beyonce was copying her style by wearing these big wide brim hats. And there was a metallic tin hat that Beyonce wore in particular that Erica felt was similar to her look. So Erica called Beyonce out on it, and now she's calling Beyonce out again because she feels like Beyonce is following her mood board and taking her hairstyle. Now, here's the thing. This whole beaded hairstyle did not originate from Erykah Badu. Okay, this is an African hairstyle that originated centuries ago by different African tribes in Egypt and even the South African tribe, like the Zulu tribe. Also, artists in the 70s and 80s like Rick James, Patrice Rushen, Peaches and Herb, they popularized this look in the Western culture, and this look has carried on for decades and decades. We've seen Serena and Venus wear this beaded hair look. We've seen SZA wear it. We've seen Beyonce, Lupita, and Solange wear it. This look is not new. So I'm not exactly sure why Erica feels like Beyonce is copying her, but she feels like Beyonce is watching her moves. And the Beehive wasn't here for it. They dragged her. And after she received all that backlash, she called out Jay-Z and said to Jay, say something, Jay. You gonna let this woman and her bees do this to me? And she put this video under her caption.
And I might hate you for the rest of my life, for real. Because you knew.
Mel says K. Michelle also recorded a country album in 2023. Natasha says everybody is somewhat doing the same thing, such as clothes, hairs, and jewelry. Leslie dropped the 1. Miss Groovy says, I actually like K. Michelle album. There are so many red flags. Let's tap into this.
Kitchen cabinets need regular.
Them damn ads. Let's tap into these red flags. Let's see what this is about. Once again, this is allegedly. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only.
Our RRG besties have been asking us to do a red flag video on Beyonce and Jay-Z's relationship. There's so much history between these two, there's no way we can discuss every single red flag. So we won't be talking about the rumors of Jay's alleged relationships with other artists. We also don't have the time to dissect all of their song lyrics where they reference their marriage. We also aren't going to get into the rumors of Jay reportedly having children before he met Beyonce. We'll save that information for another day. After implementing our top-notch investigation skills, we were able to find some other mind-boggling information about the Carters and a bunch of As always, if digging into other people's business isn't your cup of tea, then this might not be the video for you. But for the rest of y'all, don't forget to scoop up something to munch on at rrgsnacks.com. Our online concession stand. Enjoy 40% off your entire order during our Black Friday sale. And stock up on cookies and cream popcorn, barbecue bacon jerky, and green apple licorice. First,
y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. We got over 100 people watching with 30 likes. Y'all hit that like button. Get them likes up for me.
let's peel back the layers of their respective childhoods. Why? Because studies have shown that adverse childhood experiences can affect an adult's interpersonal relationships. Growing up in Houston, Texas, Beyoncé watched her parents break up and reconcile several times. Her mom, Tina, described Beyoncé's dad, Matthew, as being obsessed with trying to turn Beyoncé into a star. He quit his corporate job, and according to Texas Monthly website, Tina became the breadwinner by working long hours at her hair salon. The financial strain wasn't the only thing that drove a wedge between them. In a book called Becoming Beyoncé, which we've linked for you in the description box, Matthew allegedly got caught up in a web of narcotics and kinky intimate acts with people other than his wife. During one of their separations, they sold their family home, and Tina, Beyoncé, and her younger sister Solange moved into an apartment. A man named David Lee Brewer Jr., who claims to be Beyoncé's childhood vocal coach, wrote a book called Beyoncé Raising Genius, which we've linked for you in the description box. In the book, David claims Matthew and Tina's relationship was a business arrangement, and there was infidelity on both sides. In a jaw-dropping revelation...
Did y'all hear that? Allegedly, Beyonce's mother and father's relationship was a business relationship. Listen. Allegedly.
David alleges that Tina had an affair with her now husband, Richard Lawson, when she was married to Matthew. Around the same time Destiny's Child got signed to Columbia Records, Tina and Matthew reconciled, only for Tina to file for divorce in 2009. They got back together in 2010, and Tina filed for divorce again after Matthew got 2 women pregnant. Their divorce was finalized in
What the hell was they doing? Damn.
2011. And what does all of this have to do with Beyoncé? Well, even if parents try their hardest to cover up the dysfunctional dynamics of their relationship, children can pick up on tension, anger, and resentment in the household. Dr. Rebecca Virgin told Brides.com that our early years set the bar for how we see, give, and receive love, and what we tolerate in our adult relationships. As for Jay-Z, he grew up as one of 4 children in Brooklyn, New York. After his dad's brother lost his life, it caused his dad to slip into a life of alcohol and substance abuse. Around the age of 11 or 12, his dad left. Jay told GQ, "My dad was such a good dad that when he left a huge scar. He was my superhero." Jay felt abandoned. He told Playboy magazine it caused him to be more closed off, which made him have difficulty forming relationships.
Man, pickle these damn eggs. Let me take some comments. Stephanie says, I think Tiffany was the obsessed one for real. Ms. Groovy says, Matthew says she thought she was white. Stephanie says, you know, Tina was once upon a time in a group when she was young. Natasha says, wow. Natasha says, children will pick things like that up. True to that. And that's so true.
Members of Destiny's Child appeared at MTV's Spring Break Festival in Cancun. 30-year-old Jay-Z was there as well. In the song 713 from their joint album, Jay-Z raps that they ended up sitting next to each other on the plane ride back home. Jay says it took a while before they spoke to each other again. And why was that? Well, according to Jay, Beyoncé was seeing someone else, her childhood sweetheart, Lindo Locke, whom she started dating sometime around 1993. Beyoncé's Uncle Larry spilled all their little business in an interview with Celebuzz website. Uncle Larry said Beyoncé wasn't interested in Jay at first because she wasn't attracted to him. But over time, she fell in love with his mind. Jay, Beyonce, Missy Elliott, Maxwell.
Allegedly, Beyonce said she wasn't attracted to Jay. But over the time, she got attracted to his mind. Drop a 1 if y'all think that's BS. Also, drop a 1 and a 2 if you think their relationship, their marriage, was just like Beyonce's mother and father's relationship and marriage, strictly business. Drop a 1 and a 2 if you think Jay and Beyonce's relationship and marriage strictly about business.
Well, and a bunch of other entertainers posed for the 2001 cover of Vanity Fair's music issue. Jay later told the publication that during the time of the photo shoot, they were, quote, just beginning to try to date each other. When asked what he meant by the word try, he responded, you got to dazzle, wine and dine. We're not sure what kind of wine he was buying 20-year-old Beyonce, but either way, they had their first date at Nobu Restaurant. And when Jay showed up, he had a friend with him. He later called it the first foolish mistake he made in their relationship. They went on to make sweet music together, including their first duet, the 2002 song, 03, Bonnie and Clyde. During a video released in conjunction with his album, 444, Jay admitted he didn't enter into their relationship by being 100% honest. But was he the only one that was untruthful? Apparently not, and there might have been a bit of an overlap between the end of Beyonce's relationship with Lyndall and the start of her relationship with Jay. She allegedly dumped Lyndall in 2003 after 10 years of dating. He asked her about the rumors that she had something going on with Jay, reportedly denied it, and told Lyndall, he's not even my type.
If Beyonce dropped Lyndall for Jay, was she wrong? Do y'all think that Beyonce was wrong if she allegedly dropped her boyfriend Lyndall for Jay-Z?
Beyonce was all in and reportedly crazy in love, while Jay was still playing the cool guy act. During an April 2003 interview with Playboy magazine, he referred to Beyonce as just a friend. When he was asked if he was as close to her as he was to rapper Memphis Bleek, Jay said no. And he added, Memphis been with me since 1994. Between Beyonce and him, Beyonce's got to go. Jay reunited with his father right before his 2003 passing. The loss of his dad reportedly opened him up to giving and receiving love. One of his friends told Rolling Stone, I've never seen him sprung like this. He cares about her, gives her great advice. He wants his woman to look right.
Now we're going to go to why are all of Beyonce's artists flopping? Wow. Why are all of Beyonce's artists flopping? Let's tap into that.
Following the poor performance of Chloe Bailey's debut solo album, many online users are pointing the finger at Beyonce. Since Chloe is signed to Beyonce's Parkwood Entertainment, there's the belief that Beyonce should have and could have done more to help her artist succeed.
What do y'all think about Chloe Bailey? She was on Beyonce's label. What do y'all think about Beyonce's artist, Chloe Bailey?
One fan wrote, nah, Beyonce could at least post the Chloe Bailey album on her story. I mean, ain't that her artist?
In looking deeper into Parkwood, Chloe's success, or lack thereof, isn't the label's first flop. Pretty hurts, and so does the truth. But before we get into it, don't forget to grab something to eat at rrgsnacks.com, our online concession stand that has an assortment of barbecue.
Yeah. Enough of the ads. Enough of the ads.
Beyonce launched Parkwood Entertainment in 2008 as a production company for films and videos. The company teamed up with Sony Music and TriStar Pictures to produce the 2008 film Cadillac Records, with Beyoncé playing the lead role of Etta James. While Beyoncé took home a Grammy for her rendition of Etta's song At Last, the film as a whole underperformed at the box office. BoxOfficeMojo.com states the movie had a $12 million budget and only brought in a little under $9 million in revenue worldwide. That's a loss of $3 million. Dang, dog. The following year, Parkwood tried to produce yet another film, Obsessed, starring Beyoncé and Idris Elba. This time, Parkwood hit a grand slam, and the film made over $70 million worldwide with just a $20 million budget. Unfortunately, the reviews were terrible. And a writer...
I liked it, that movie myself. Obsessed with Beyonce and Idris. I liked it at myself. Drop a 1 if y'all liked it as well.
For TheRinger.com went as far as to describe Beyoncé as being a bad actress. Ouch. From there, Parkwood decided to expand its reach by becoming a management company and an imprint record label underneath Columbia Records. Beyoncé brought on a team of assistants, executives, visual directors, creative directors, a general manager, a brand manager, and digital media experts to help her redefine her place in pop culture. After Beyoncé fired her dad in 2011 following allegations that he was stealing money from her, she managed herself through Parkwood and began releasing her studio albums and TV specials through the label. During a New York event, Beyoncé said, "When I decided to manage myself, it was important that I didn't go to some big management company. I felt like I wanted to follow the footsteps of Madonna and be a powerhouse and have my own empire." The music industry has a reputation for exploiting Black artists and ripping them off through shady contracts and legal loopholes. Through Parkwood, Beyoncé had the opportunity to give her artists a fair shot, along with acting as a mentor, providing them with guidance and the freedom to explore their talents. So she added a record label to the company in 2015 and added 3 acts to the roster. First up was rapper Ingrid Burley.
Lucretia says it's something that she wanted from the artist, and as for Chloe Bailey, it's all about getting her percentage of it to keep claiming the fame and money.
Ingrid grew up in the same neighborhood as Beyoncé, although she was much closer to Solange during their childhood years. Ingrid's mom was also friends with Beyoncé's mom, Tina Knowles. Ingrid's mom passed away when she was 6, and she was raised by her dad, her grandmother, and her mom's best friend. She joined a girl group, and at the age of 11, Beyoncé's father, Matthew Knowles, began managing them. He taught her how to perform, how to articulate, and how to properly hold the microphone. She added, "He's the person that made me question every last thing that I put down on the record before I let anybody hear it, because the number one thing that he wants you to be is the best version of yourself." In 2010, she left Texas behind and moved to Brooklyn to push her career to the next level. With only $5,000 to her name, she ran out of money after 3 months. So she started selling artwork, all while pursuing a music career under the rap moniker IB3. She opened up for Drake and J. Cole before she received an invite in August 2012 to write for Beyoncé's self-titled 5th studio album.
You would think, and y'all help me better understand this, you would think that you're on a label that's ran by Beyoncé. You're on Beyoncé's label. You would think, help me better understand, you would think that the artist that is on Beyoncé's label, you would think that they would have some kind of success. Some kind of success, even in its common sense, even if it's nothing but having her artists featured on her album, or Beyoncé do features on her own artists' albums. I mean, you don't have to have a PhD in music. You don't have to have a Harvard or Yale degree. Common sense. Why didn't Beyonce promote her artists? Why didn't she feature her artists on any of her records, or did she? Why wasn't she featured on any of her artists' records, or was she?
Ingrid jetted off to the Hamptons to attend Beyonce's writing camp. For those of you who are unaware, the camps usually take place in a spacious destination that has a lot of separate rooms where writers can be divided into smaller groups and bounce song ideas and lyrics off of each other. The camp usually lasts a few days, a week, or even longer in some cases. At the time of the 2012 writing camp, Parkwood wasn't ready to sign a new artist. However, Beyonce's assistant told Ingrid that everyone was loving the songs she was writing. Ingrid says she worked with Beyonce almost every day. Beyonce would give her tons of feedback, and she had to rewrite and re-demo a batch of 30 songs up to 15 times each. According to Ingrid's appearance on Genius's YouTube channel, the following year she got in contact with 2 label execs at Parkwood and discussed submitting some more music to Beyonce. Ingrid said she was told that Beyonce wasn't listening to any new music at the time. And then, 4 days later, Ingrid was invited to another one of Beyonce's writing camps. This time, it took place in Los Angeles. While at the camp, Ingrid overheard the same label execs reading Beyonce's notes about another Parkwood artist's music. In other words, Ingrid found out the execs had lied about Beyonce not listening to any new music. In an act of frustration, Ingrid decided to unload the clip on Parkwood Entertainment in a song.
Man, here go these damn ads. Bianca and Natasha said they didn't even know Beyonce had all this going on. Most didn't. Most didn't know that Beyonce had all this going on. Artists, a production company, most people didn't know either.
As the beat played, Ingrid couldn't get it out of her head that they blatantly lied to her. So she started writing the lyrics. 10 times out of 9 I know you're lying, but 9 times out of 10 I know you're trying. So I'm trying to be fair, and you're trying to be there and to care. Of course, these are the lyrics to Love Drought, which was featured on Beyonce's 2016 album, Lemonade. Ingrid co-wrote the song with Mike Dean, the multi-talented musician who played in Selena's band. No, not that Selena. This Selena. He has also worked with Young Jeezy, UGK, Scarface, and Jay-Z. Although Ingrid and Mike wrote the bulk of the song, Beyonce ended up on the songwriting credits for Love Drought as well, which led many people to believe she wrote the song about her marital issues. But we now know that that's not the case. Ingrid told Genius that writing the song was the ultimate act of revenge against the lying heifers at the record label. Ingrid says she kept the secret to herself.
Only way that I could really get over it was kind of like, she's gonna sing the song I wrote about her label one day,
In 2015, Beyonce signed her to Parkwood Entertainment, along with 17-year-old Chloe Bailey and her sister, 15-year-old Halle.
17, when will it ever stop? When will I reach the end? Why?
The label also signed former The X Factor contestant, 15-year-old Sophie Beam. Because Chloe, Halle, and Sophie were minors at the time, their contracts were filed in Manhattan Supreme Court, and judges had to approve the terms. This also means their contracts were made public. According to the New York Daily News, the Bailey sisters agreed to a 6-album deal worth $1 million. Their contract also awards Beyonce 15% of their gross earnings, according to page 6. In court documents, their father stated, "We cannot think of a better person to help guide the girls." He also added that his daughters worshipped Beyonce.
There go that word again.
Parkwood offered her
There go that word again. Worshiping Beyonce.
a 2-year artist development deal for $560,000. According to the New York Daily News, the label didn't think Sophie was, quote, ready to begin recording music. Now, why the hell would they sign her if they didn't think she was ready to record music?
Right. make that make sense. When you get signed because you're ready. You ready to go. Miss Groovy says she doesn't give them their flowers. She didn't even give Neo his flowers for the left to the left. Bianca says Beyonce had her very own flavor can. This once again, we talking about Beyonce. Hey, you Beyonce. All you got to do is get on a record with your artist. Okay, you might, by you not being on your own label, Beyonce, you might have difficulties with getting them on your records, which I doubt it. You Beyonce, but you got your own production company. You could have easily featured yourself on your artist's records. It's a no-brainer. It's just a no-brainer. Miss Groovy says she out here grooming these girls too. She is no saint. Exactly. Big A from around the way says, none of this surprises me around a lot of better artists than I see in the industry now, but it's definitely walls and boundaries put up for the truly talented. I see that. Ala says she don't want them to blow up like that. I see that. And that's the problem. And honestly, it's sad. It's sad because people dream of becoming a R&B singer that's famous worldwide. People dream of becoming a rapper. Now here you have the power. You're in position. And from what we hear, the artists are very talented. But it's like you said, Big A, the boundaries and the walls, why are they set up for the talented ones? Somebody help me understand that. Why is the walls set up for the talented ones? But the ones that don't have a lick of talent, they slide in very, very easy. Miss Groovy says Nicki Minaj is the same way. She doesn't want to blow up like her. I just don't get it. I get it, but I don't get it. Bianca says, I honestly don't think we'll know as God-fearing people. And that's probably what it is, Bianca. I believe that that's what it is. By this being the devil's world, by Satan running this world, anybody that's God-fearing really don't stand a chance.
Was Parkwood just trying to gain control over her and shelve her before another label could snatch her up? Well,
Marie says, Shank, anything may be possible. For her, she's not even a real superstar. To me and her have the same birthday. And I say hi to her and wish her happy birthday, and she doesn't even reply. I feel you, Marie.
Sophie explained the label's reasoning during an interview with Untitled magazine. According to Sophie, Beyonce told her that embarking on a singing career is a very lonely journey. Beyonce had her group mates in Destiny's Child to lean on when she was growing up. Chloe and Halle had each other, and Beyonce wanted Sophie to have someone by her side as well. Sophie said that when she first signed to Parkwood, Beyonce wanted her to be a part of a girl band so she wouldn't have to do interviews and perform by herself. However, after getting started with formulating her sound and image, they discovered that Sophie was a great dancer. And since dancing was going to become such a big part of her shows, putting her in a girl band didn't make a lot of sense. So they agreed to allow her to perform as a solo act.
Them damn ads. I know, Natasha, you like the ads. I don't like them, though. How do y'all feel about that, though? Like,
Additions to Parkwood thought their lives were going to change forever. They were going to be guided and mentored by Beyonce, and through her connections, they would be able to make a beeline to the top of the charts, right? Beyonce has a career of her own, so of course she couldn't be available to them 24/7. When asked how much they were able to interact with her, Sophie told Untitled magazine that when Beyonce was on tour, they would send her music, and Beyonce would send them some notes with feedback. Eventually, there would be a sit-down meeting, presumably with someone from Parkwood.
And let me backtrack. I get that. Salute to Full Life. Yeah, I'm from Baltimore. Salute Martha. Salute to Full Life and Martha. Yeah, I'm from Baltimore, Big A. I get that. So let me backtrack that. She does have a life of her own. And she's very, very busy. So I get that. I get that part. I get that part. She maybe just be too busy. And I get that.
To go over the notes. The ladies were also invited to make cameos in Beyonce's 2016 Lemonade visual album.
Okay, so she did invite them. Okay, Leslie says Jay-Z and Beyonce is selfish. Okay, let's listen.
Sophie was placed right into development, writing songs, doing performance training, and media training. She told the Pop Break website, "I really got to figure out who I am as an artist. I wasn't just thrown out there, which is really nice." She dropped her debut self-titled EP in March 2016, which featured Fetty Wap on one of the tracks. Keep in mind, this was a year after Fetty dropped the songs Trap Queen and My Way. So yeah, he was one of the hottest rappers in the game. Sophie opened up for Charlie Puth in the spring of 2016, and Beyonce and Jay-Z attended the show in Los Angeles. Sophie said right after the show, Beyonce sent her some more notes about her performance. Is our girl Beyonce managing artists, or is she looking for a pen pal? Sophie told the Pop Break website that she loved being on tour, but it was a very gritty lifestyle. She and her mom traveled to the tour dates in a van. Her mom slept on the floor, and Sophie slept on the seats. After the shows were over, they'd hit up a McDonald's for dinner. Sophie told Entertainment Weekly she was working on her full-length studio album, and Beyonce was reportedly very involved with the whole process. When asked for the release date of her album, Sophie said she had no idea. After her contract with Parkwood expired, it wasn't renewed. Sophie's studio album was never released, and just like that, it was all over.
Wow. Salute, Tiara. I see you, Tiara Latrice. Salute. Ms. Groovy says, that's like Jay shelved DMX because he shut his ass down in that underground battle that effed his ego. And that's true. Wow.
Last we heard, she was a student at USC's Thornton School of Music. Our nosy selves tried to add her on Instagram so we could see what else she's been up to. But unfortunately, she didn't approve RRG's follow request. Now, back to Ingrid.
DC in the house. I see you, Big A. Big A repping DC. Shout out to everybody from DC. Make sure y'all drop y'all location. Let me know where y'all at. Let me know y'all city or y'all state or y'all country. Shout out to everybody from DC. Shout out to everybody from VA. DC and VA and Baltimore is that DMV. A lot of Baltimore people don't like to identify with being part of the DMV. But like I tell my people, if you listen and if you notice, it says DMV. The M is for Maryland, and Baltimore is in Maryland. So me, I rep the DMV. A lot of Baltimore people won't rep the DMV. A lot of Baltimore people say, nah, Baltimore stand out alone. No, it don't. No, it don't. Baltimore is in Maryland. So the DMV is DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Shout out to all of the DMV.
She also released an EP called Trill Feels in 2016. And as of this video, she has yet to release a full-length studio album on Parkwood. During a 2021 interview with Miss Blue radio show, Ingrid said she was still signed to the label, but she couldn't release any music until the label gave her permission. As of 2023, it appears that she's working as a DJ at a Houston bar and grill. And that brings us to Chloe and Halle. Based on the way their label mates' careers panned out, it's safe to say that they're the most successful artists on Parkwood, aside from the Carters, which is comprised of Beyonce and Jay-Z. Chloe and Halle have released 2 albums, 2018's The Kids Are Alright and 2020's Ungodly Hour. Ungodly Hour debuted with the biggest first week sales of their career, and it landed at number 16 on the Billboard 200 with 24,000 units sold. They've been nominated for 4 Grammy Awards and have taken home a Billboard Music Award and 2 NAACP Image Awards. The sisters have pursued acting opportunities as well, and while Halle was filming The Little Mermaid overseas, Chloe put the finishing touches on her solo project titled In Pieces. Chloe told ET Online that Beyoncé listened to the album and did what she always does. She sent Chloe a bunch of notes before the project was released. While Chloe was proud of the project, she soon discovered that the majority of the 6 million people on her Instagram account that tune in to see her busted wide open weren't going to support her new album. In Pieces debuted at number 119 on the Billboard charts, selling only 10,000 copies in its first week. Many of Chloe's fans blamed Beyoncé for not promoting the album on social media. Some online users even begged Chloe to leave the label and sign with another company that would give her the support that she needs. So what do people really expect Beyoncé to do in this situation? We think we have an idea. Let's check out Yo Gotti's Instagram, for example. With over 6 million followers, Yo Gotti's social media profile is leveraged to not only bring attention to his own music and his relationship with Angela Simmons, but he also uses his page to promote the artists on his CMG record label, which he founded in 2012. Now, let's take a look at some of his most recent Instagram posts.
Now, let me ask y'all. We got Scotland in the building. Shout out to all my people from Scotland. Just because, okay, let me backtrack. Do y'all think it's different when it comes to promoting a R&B act compared to promoting a rapper? Could it be different? Like Yo Gotti. Yo Gotti uses his social media platforms to promote himself and also to promote his artists. But Yo Gotti is a rapper and he's promoting other rappers. So are the fans expecting too much from Beyonce? Because Beyonce is an R&B singer. Maybe, and I'm just saying maybe Beyonce feels as though it's a different genre. By being a different genre of music, it might be difficult for her to promote. I don't see nothing wrong with it. A social media platform is a social media platform. It's going to promote whether it's a rapper, whether it's a country song singer, whether it's an R&B singer. I think that Beyonce should go down that avenue and say, hey, the rappers do it. The rappers use their social media platforms to promote their artists. Let me use my social media platforms to promote my artists. Once again, we talking about Beyonce. I mean, she got access to media. She got access to the radio. We talking Beyonce. But maybe she sees something different. Ms. Groovy says, no, if these people are on her label, she is supposed to hype up her artists. That's how you make money. That's what I'm thinking, Ms. Groovy. I'm thinking the same thing as you, Ms. Groovy.
Here he is promoting his new artist, Lil Papa. Here he is promoting Glorilla's appearance on Wild 'N Out. Here he is promoting ESTG's music video, and here he goes promoting a song by Mozzie. If we scroll even further, you'll see he has posts dedicated to Moneybagg Yo.
Bianca says even Dittler did that. I mean, and we talking Beyonce. All Beyonce got to do is tell her fans, this is my new artist. I need for y'all to go stream the music. I need for y'all to purchase their merch. I need for y'all to share this to y'all social media platform. We talking about Beyonce. As Jay-Z said, the baddest chick in the game. I mean, we talking Beyonce now. That's like my platform, and let's say Leslie is an up-and-coming content creator. Now, she under my rock squad, and she's an up-and-coming content creator, so it's naturally that I'm going to promote her on my platform, like the platform, the Still podcast with Pee Wee and Tommy. It's naturally that I'm promoting them. It's naturally that I'm letting them host their own demonstrations over here. It's called promotion. I mean,
Black youngster, but you get the picture. Yo Gotti also accompanies his artists to interviews and is present at many of their performances. In an interview with Billboard, he talked about being an artist and a record label exec at the same time. He said, when my guys drop and I'm playing all positions. I'm playing marketing, I'm playing promotion, I'm playing executive, I'm playing street team. I'm flying out, I'm landing with you. We go into the club, I'm playing security. Now, let's take a look at Beyonce's Instagram. There's a picture of Beyonce. There she is again. Oh, and there she is again. There she is with the fam. There she is with her hubby. There she is again. And, well, you get the point. With over 300 million Instagram followers, Beyonce could surely use her page to promote her own artists, right? One little post wouldn't hurt. In fact, it probably would have helped Sophie and Ingrid a ton. It has been almost 10 years since Beyonce signed her first act to Parkwood. Perhaps we need to be patient and give her time to find her groove as it pertains to being a successful label owner. Or maybe this just isn't the right avenue for her. If you would...
And maybe that's what it might be. Maybe that's just not the right lane for her. And that's okay, because that happens a lot of times. Like with your athletes. Like, just because somebody played football don't mean that they will make a good coach. You get a lot of players that turn into coaches, and just because they was good at playing the sport, they think that they will become a great coach. So just because she's a great artist don't necessarily mean that she will turn out to be a great CEO of the company. Just because she's a great artist don't mean that she could turn around and promote and push her artists. You know, so, but let me jump to the chat and see what y'all got going on. Miss Groovy says she could have twittered that and they would have sold her out. Miss Groovy again says facts. Bianca throws up the LOL. Then Bianca says, I give you that one. Leslie says they selfish. And we talk, once again, we talking Beyonce. She been in the business. She had her ups and downs in the business. So she has the knowledge. She has the knowledge. But my thing is, you know how it is for anyone to become famous. And you know that these artists on your label, they worship you. They look up to you. So they getting with Beyonce. I can just imagine how many people that they done went and told, I'm about to be famous. I'm about to be famous. I just signed to Beyonce. I'm about to be famous. Beyonce is about to make me famous. Miss Groovy says she has been around long enough to make her artist pop off. We talking Beyonce. Come on. Just the fact that she's producing, just the fact that she has artists. Do you know how many radio stations that would be interested to have her bring these artists to the radio stations? Do you know how many talk shows? I mean, everybody worldwide, everybody would definitely allow Beyonce, even if it costs money, and it's going to cost money. I don't think Beyonce is short on cash. Bianca says true. She could literally say anything to her fans and they would eat it up. It's just that simple. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. I'm going to take a few more comments and then we're going to get up out of here. I got a long day ahead of tomorrow. I got to hit the barber shop. Y'all see I'm looking rough. But I wanted to bring y'all this exclusive. I was going to wait till tomorrow. But I said, no, I'm going to drop it. I'm going to give it to him today. But I got to hit the barber shop. I'm supposed to be, well, not supposed to be, but I'm going to the Country Wayne show tomorrow. I'm going to comedy show tomorrow starring Country Wayne. Shout out to Country Wayne. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Salute to all my moderators. Salute to the Rock Squad. And I'll see everybody tomorrow on the next demonstration. Salute everybody.